Ethereum, Bitcoin, and everything else. After weeks of telling ourselves that we were right with the dip, we want to buy more at lower levels, but secretly hiding the pain behind our eyes as our wallets get smaller and smaller. Are we about to see a turnaround for the Ethereum price and the rest of the cryptocurrency market? Let's find out. So yesterday I brought you an episode when we were down at these levels. So we're currently looking at the weekly chart for Ethereum. And what I said to you yesterday, guys, was when we started this rally all the way back around the end of December 2020. And I took from this swing low all the way up to this swing high here with the Fibonacci. And I said that the 618 is usually our target when we come back down. Now what we see, guys, is we did pretty much wick down perfectly to this area here. Are we going to be able to hold these key levels? In my opinion, there's something else playing out. We had as well from this previous line of resistance here. We then flipped it into support and found more support here. We've also got this line along the bottom, which is providing us with some good support. And we're having a bit of confluence where all of these things come into one area on the Ethereum price chart. But ultimately, what has been pushing the whole crypto market down is the S&P 500. So before we look at Ethereum price predictions for what is showing in the charts right now, let's jump and take a look at the S&P 500 because it's key to understanding everything that is happening in crypto right now. So the S&P 500 pretty much shows what people's confidence is in the market. You can look at this. This is a weekly time frame, guys. And the S&P 500, along with pretty much the cryptocurrency market, has been in a pretty sizable uptrend for the entire period. Now, this is the day that Bitcoin had that sort of awful day, and we saw that big drop down to around $3,000 and then dragged the rest of the crypto market with it. And notice that since then the S&P 500 is building. What we can see is we've come down and we've touched on the 20-week moving average, finding that we wicked all the way down through, and at the moment we are maintaining support above that. So as long as we're having a weekly close, which admittedly won't come around for a few days, above this level, then I think we may well have the bottom in for the S&P 500 as well as Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market. However, if we're breaking through those levels, you can see that the S&P 500 has come quite a long way and potentially could find quite a long way down if it was to take a fall, but I don't think it's going to right now. Jumping back to Ethereum on the 4-hour, we can see we did have this wick down. We have come back up. We did have what looked like somewhat of a bear flag forming, but ultimately came down not quite to the target for this and then have pushed back more aggressively. Potentially what we're seeing now is somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders forming. So that'll be interesting to see whether we are able to maintain ourselves back above these levels at around $2,300. If we do, then our next target will be back towards the $2,700 level or just beyond $2,700. But if we look at previous patterns, we had this huge falling wedge, and ultimately if we are unable to break through this level, we could be turning previous lines of resistance into support. We have quite a bit of work to do if we are to dig ourselves out of what is still a bear trend, guys, until we see ourselves breaking realistically above this sort of level around the $3,200 level. I think we're going to be in somewhat of a downtrend. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that quick Ethereum update. If you're interested in NFTs, then head over to my NFT channel, which I will link to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed today's video, or you've made it at least this far and you've got some value out of it, then at least hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, then press that subscribe and be kept up to date with the latest happening in Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the rest of the cryptocurrency market. Thanks very much for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.